There's over 400 different words you can associate to mindfulness, but I think of joy, I think of love, I think of life.
Calm,
Curious,
transformational,
compassionate,
necessary,
caring,
happiness,
impactful,
collective,
Energy,
empathy,
thoughtful,
important,
kind,
life-changing.
and nice.
but it starts with awareness, and with awareness you can start to realm out and kind of connect to the different dimensions of mindfulness.
I like practicing mindfulness because it helps me take a minute and calm down and get everything that I need back together.
I was really inspired to bring mindfulness into my classroom because I noticed a significant difference as soon as I was practicing every single day.
when we're able to start noticing how we're feeling and have empathy for ourselves, then it allows us to start having empathy for others.
For 100 years, physical education, PE, has been mandated in schools, but there's never been mandated mental health education. We've always asked our kids to get straight A's, do really well in school, but we've never given them the skills and the abilities to be able to manage the stress that comes with that pressure of doing well in schools. And so that combined with the shocking statistics around mental health conditions, that shows us that this is the missing piece in education.
A lot of schools, when they hear mindfulness or implementing another program, can be very hesitant because we're already so strapped for time. But the reality is that taking a little bit of time for mindfulness can actually increase your academic time. And I'm noticing that the more mindfulness I do in the classroom, the more focused our academic conversations are, and the more focused we can be during math and reading. And I'm noticing it in our test scores as well.
It's not that it changed any of our practices as much. We just realized that at that point, that it's not one way or the other. There is only one way. You take care of a kid. And ultimately, if they are safe, they feel comfortable, they have an ability to have a voice, they have an ability to check themselves inside, what shows up when you're in a classroom is completely different than if you didn't have those things.
Mindfulness means noticing what's happening inside and outside of our body right now in the present moment, our thoughts, our feelings, our sensations, the language of our body.
And the key here is without judgment. So there's no stories, there's no expectations of how the present moment should be. It is as it is, and we accept it.
Mindfulness is the best, and it can help a lot of people in the whole entire world. I've been practicing mindfulness for 5 years. When I practice mindfulness, I feel good and relaxed. Some reasons that I would practice mindfulness is if I get frustrated or I'm stuck on a problem, I just take a break and then breathe in and I breathe out. And then make 4 breaths, it relaxes my body, it restarts, and then I'm ready to go. It tells my brain that it's time to calm down.
It's important for us as teachers and educators to be able to look at our students' behavior as a window into their need.
You can't actually focus on your academics if our kids aren't present. If you look at mindfulness and just in social emotional learning in general, we can't move the needle academically as a school unless our kids feel valued, seen, and heard.
We became an A+ school of excellence based on the growth of our students and the scores that they were showing on the state test. For us, that's definitely a direct impact of mindfulness as our students are kind of processing and taking time to think about their answers as they're testing.
There's no prompting by the teacher. There's no, forcing the kid to actually go and take that action. He takes it upon himself. He takes the initiative. He has that confidence. He's built that sense of trust within the school community, within the class. And the thing about it is for them to actually take that initiative, to advocate for themselves. That's what's so awesome about mindfulness.
When I first came, I believe there was 50 suspensions. And just as recent as a couple of years ago, we were down to 3 suspensions.
We can have our own opinions, folks, but we can't have our own facts. And if you look at our numbers, we're making tremendous gains in regards to reducing suspensions. And if they're having a bad day, we need to actually create systems within our dynamic to make sure that we actually are there for them.
Over the last 6 years, we've had between an 85 and 95% retention rate of our teachers. And I think a lot of that has to do with the calmness that you feel in the students we work with, and us kind of understanding how to process our thought in a way that makes it a positive place to be.
Now I can step back, I can say I need a mindful moment, I need to take a breath, and then I can reset myself if I'm feeling frustrated with the kids. Also, I think it's a bonding thing with the kids too. I think that we're a lot closer and we trust each other more because we practice mindfulness together.
Some of the, I want to say, resistance that I've seen when programs come in to help improve mental well-being and or wellness is it's a practice. So it's not a one-time visit, let's do this party and it's all good, but it's a practice you have to do every day. 5 minutes a day to start.
So if we practice mindfulness every day, everybody, then everybody will they will know how to control their feelings in their body.
I noticed that a lot of students feel really empowered by mindfulness. They really like being able to ask for a mindful moment and just having a minute or two to themselves to really recollect their thoughts and regain their energy and their control of their body. And I really have seen great academic growth from them from just gaining these social skills.
When I get to ring the mindfulness bell, I feel like a superstar, famous, because everybody's looking directly at me. So if they give the respect that I like, I will give it to them too.
At Mindfulness First, we started out teaching just children, but we realized really quickly that to make this work really sustainable, we needed to teach the teachers and the parents.
Every single person is aligned with our mission. We don't show up to be the best or the biggest. We show up to make an impact in our communities. We show up because mindfulness has changed our lives and we know the difference that it's made for us, and we want to share this knowledge with as many people as we can.
We teach people to become curious about their feelings, about their thoughts, about their beliefs, and then teach them the tools that they need to be able to navigate the challenges.
The population that I serve is low incidence disability. So individuals are deaf, hard of hearing, blind, visually impaired, combined vision and hearing loss, deaf, blind. And so the collaboration between Mindfulness First and Arizona State Schools for the Deaf and Blind, I think, has benefited immensely. I'm really proud to be a part of a group that can say we've implemented it consistently, and there's been a lot of positive feedback from everyone involved.
We meet the students where they are and not where they should be. The fact that Mindfulness First is evidence-based research and is trauma-informed is the way to go.
I think it's important because we have to be trauma-informed because we have a lot of students who come in with outside trauma, and it's not physical trauma. You can't necessarily see it, but it affects them every day and in a lot of the things they do and in their interactions.
I taught my family about mindfulness.
We have a parent group that last year met and talked about mindfulness and practiced mindfulness at home and came back and gave feedback about how their family was using mindfulness.
So they're able to pass these tools, these techniques, these teachings onto their family members, their siblings, their parents, and it grows.
One of the biggest things about mindfulness is it's not the same for everybody. That's the important part, is that you can make it what you need it to be at the time that you need it to be that.
Our job is to actually make them productive citizens. Our job is to actually have them be more self-aware, to be critical thinkers, to be able to actually go and be the leaders that we know that they are.
I think all schools should teach mindfulness, because if all schools teach mindfulness, then when kids grow up, they'll be calm and nice adults. And you can go inside your head, relax, and there's happy stuff inside there.